Chef Jeffers here, back on the mall here at Fireside, and I'm going to make a lovely dish of kale, squash and some beautiful gnocchi. So here we go. So right here we have 200 grams of mashed potato, and when I say mashed potato, I don't mean mashed potato with cream or butter, it's straightforward mashed potato. In this little bowl here we've got gluten-free flour and we've got plain flour, okay, bit of a mixture, and that's going to get added into our lovely potatoes, okay. So what we're making now is our gnocchi. That's going in there. Put that to the side. Next thing we're going to do with our fork or with a scraper, you can use a bread scraper for this. You want to kind of mix this all together nice and gently. Not to overwork it either, because the gluten starts to form in the flour. So we don't want to overwork this at all at this point. We just want to kind of breadcrumb stage type of thing. You can use your hands too. So I'm going to get my hands in here for a wee second. We're going to fluff it up a wee bit like that. Very Italian, this dish. And really, really delicious. Far better than that old shop bought gnocchi you can buy, which is, to me, is really, really poor in quality. Now, so we put in an egg yolk and that binds the whole thing. And I'm going to show you how to make these lovely little gnocchi dumplings. Okay, next. Egg whites here. You can use that another time for your meringue or whatever you're going to make. And then we're going to put our egg yolk into the middle here. Watch our fork again. And we're going to try and bring this together. Like that. In the meantime, we'll put a little bit of seasoning on it. A bit of sea salt. Tiny bit of pepper. You can also at this stage, if you want, at home, put a bit of Parmesan cheese into this. You can put in fresh basil leaves. I've even seen olives chopped through it, which is lovely too. And what we're going to do is bring this all together in a wee second. Again, not overworking it. Want to keep the gnocchi nice and light. Okay, now, next is rolling the gnocchi. So we're going to flour our bench with a little bit of flour we've left over, like so. We're going to turn our potato onto our bench like this. With your hands, it's only one way of doing this, it's your hands. Bring this together like, kind of like a dough nearly, but not overworking it. This is not, we're not making bread here. So we're kind of, okay. So, next thing we'll do is we'll split this in two. One to this side, one to this side. And then we're going to roll the gnocchi. Nice and gentle, just like so. This stage it should look a bit like a big cigar. Kind of like that. Okay. Next one we'll do the same. A little bit of flour again. Don't overflour your board either. Tendency actually when you use too much flour it rolls off the board, so I always start from the middle out. Middle out. Middle out. Middle out. Next wee trick is we cut these little gnocchis in the pillows, kind of like that. Alrighty. Now, there's two ways of doing this. Again, you can use what we call a gnocchi board, or we can use a fork. Most people just have a fork at home, so I'll do it with a fork method. And this is pretty straightforward. You just get a bit of flour in your fork. You get your dumplings like that, your gnocchi, and roll it down the fork, just like so. Making that little groove in the gnocchi. The Italians say the groove in the gnocchi is really important because that's what picks up all the flavour into those little grooves. So, bit of flour again, lightly flour your gnocchi. And all we have to do now is to cook the gnocchi. So what we do, we just start lowering these gently into our pot of boiling salted water. It's just straightforward boiling salted water. Once these gnocchi float to the top, we let this cook out for another 2 minutes. And then pretty simply let them sit in the water until we go to cook. Turn that water off, obviously. So that's it, we're going to let them come to the top. They will come to the top, and they will kind of fool you a wee bit and think they're never going to come to the top, but they will. As I say, when they rise to the top, wait for 2 minutes. So as you can see, they've floated to the top. They're nice and light, not overcooked. Turn it off, leave them in the water, but not too long. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start making the dish itself. So we're going to start off with a little bit of garlic. So, I'm grating a bit of garlic in my grater. You can add a bit of butter to the pan, or you can add a bit of oil, whatever you want, depends what you like. I'm going to add a little bit of oil, just a wee bit of vegetable oil into here, not too much, just a tiny amount. Going to add a squash to the pan. A little bit of garlic to there. Bit of salt. And we're going to start cooking this out. In the meantime, I'm going to chop a bit of red chilli up for this. Again, you can put as much in or as less chilli as you want, depending on how hot you want your food. Have a roll into your pan like so. And again. Again. At this point, don't be tempted to shake the pan too much, because what happens is that lovely gnocchi is now getting golden in the bottom there. And if you shake it too much, it'll stick to the pan, believe it or not. It's the opposite to what you think. If you feel like it needs a tiny bit more oil, I think it does. A little bit more oil in there. Smells fabulous. So we're now getting that golden brown on the gnocchi, which we're looking for. Lovely colours. Nice sweet golden parcels. Okay, while that's happening, keep that going. We've got some lovely kale. We're going to put kale in those spaces. And give it a shake now. Get a bit of a noise with this kale, just kind of crispy and absolutely delicious this. Kale's in. Tiny bit of seasoning again. Hello. Gonna put some pecan nuts or hazelnuts in here, whatever you can get your hands on. A little bit of chili. The colours are great.
Smells gorgeous.
Smell good?
Is it meat? He's a vegetarian.
It's vegetarian. Gnocchi. So it's little potato dumplings, kale, chili, pecan nuts, garlic, and then it's finished with parmesan. It's an Italian dish. So I'm going to put a bit of parmesan in there, just like so. So then we're going to get into our bowl bent. It's lovely and colourful. Colours are great. And then of course we have to finish it off with parmesan. You don't cheat on the parmesan. There you go. That's your gnocchi dish.